In this video, I'm going to cover the profit maximizing behavior in a perfectly competitive factor market. A perfectly competitive labor market is characterized by many small firms that are hiring workers. No one firm is large enough to manipulate the market. There are many workers with virtually identical skills. The wage is constant, so workers are wage takers. The firms can hire as many workers as they want at a wage that's set by the industry. The marginal resource cost is the additional cost of adding an additional resource, in this case, a worker. In a perfectly competitive labor market, the MRC equals the wage that's set by the market and it's constant. So if minimum wage is $8.75, then that would be the MRC. Another way to calculate it would be the change in total costs over the change in input. The MRP, or marginal revenue of product, is the additional revenue generated by each new worker. In a perfectly competitive market, the MRP equals the marginal product of the resource times the price of whatever you're selling. So if the marginal product of the third worker is 5 and the price of the good is constant at 20, then the MRP would be 100. Another way to calculate MRP is to take the change in total revenue over the change in input. To determine how many workers to hire, you're going to hire where MRP equals MRC. So this shows the graph for the market on the left and the individual firm on the right. Comparing the product market to the resource market, in the product market, you're going to produce where MR equals MC. And in the factor market or the resource market, you're going to hire where MRC equals MRP. Here's a practice question, and the answer is C. Another one, and the answer is B. And two more practice questions. For 41, the answer is B. For 42, the answer is E. Use side-by-side graphs to draw a perfectly competitive labor market and firm hiring workers. So here again, on the left is the graph for the market, and on the right is the graph for an individual firm. What will happen to the wage and quantity in the market and the firm if new workers enter the industry? The supply of workers in the market is going to increase or shift to the right, and the wage is going to fall. Next, let's look at combining resources. So far, we've analyzed the use of only one resource, but what about when a firm wants to combine different resources? If you only have $35, what combination of robots and workers is going to maximize your output? You want to determine how much additional output does each resource generate per dollar spent. So comparing these two, if you only have $35, the best combination is 2 robots and 3 workers. This is the profit maximizing rule for combining resources. What should the firm do? Hire more, less, or stay put? For 1, you're going to hire more for L, stay put for C. For 2, you're going to hire less for S, less for C. For 3, more for L, stay put for C. For 4, stay put for L, more for C. And 5, more for L and more for C. And here's a practice question, and the answer is B. And another practice question, and the answer is E. Another practice question, and the answer is B. Here, the answer is A.